September 10th, 2023, and our tour guide, Wayne Brown, will tell us about the castle and this area of Stolpen, Germany.
So we're standing in the ruins of Stolpen Castle. It was built the first mention of it anyway was 805 years ago, and it was built up and expanded and enlarged throughout the centuries. Reached its peak in the 18th century, 1700s. And then after that, it lost importance due to various political and changes. Yep. Oh yeah. Yep. And yeah, since then, after the 1700s, it started to fall into disrepair. It was no longer used. And in 1813, when Napoleon was coming back from Russia, he stopped here and also contributed to the fact that it's also a ruin today. And by practicing artillery practice here on the castle. But after the fall of the wall in 1989, they started work renovating the castle and turning it into a museum. So now today it's open to the public, and all the towers are accessible, and maybe you can see they've done quite a bit of work um, reinforcing the towers so that they're safe to go into. And the most famous inhabitant of the castle was the mistress, one of the mistresses of King August the Strong, one of the Saxon rulers back in the 1700s. And she was imprisoned in the tower that you're looking at right now, with the square tower to the left and the round tower behind it. She was imprisoned there for 49 years because of, yeah, she was too ambitious for a woman of her time and in her position, and she became a liability for the king and was imprisoned here, unfortunately. And yeah, so she became the castle's most famous resident.
So now, looking down at the countryside.
Mm-hmm. Right now we're looking north. That's the city church of Stolpen. And behind that is the landscape, yeah, looking north towards Berlin, although that's about 120 kilometers north. Um, yeah, Stolpen is in a very, an area that's very agricultural in nature. So when you look around, you'll see an awful lot, especially to the west, you'll see an awful lot of large agricultural fields. Um, and we're in the kind of the foothills of Saxony, Switzerland. I think we've already seen the video from Saxony, Switzerland National Park, which is part of the Elbe Sandstone Mountains. We're just at the very beginning of that. And as you look to the west, way in the distance, I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up. Those in the back, in the very back, is are the Ore Mountains, the Erzgebirge, and those mountains go to about 3,000 feet, 3,000, 4,000 feet, but they're more large hills. They're not mountains like the Alps. And those mountains, as you might gather from their name, are known for their mineral extraction. They're mineral rich, and the Ore Mountains have been mined for literally 700, 800 years. And it has an extremely long mining tradition, and also a tradition as um, arts and crafts area. Many well-known Christmas decorations originated in the Ore Mountains, including the Nutcracker. And even today, there are craftsmen and women who are still making nutcrackers.
And down below us is...
Down below us is Stolpen, the west side of Stolpen. It's a pretty small town with about 3,000 people in total and two very loud dogs at the moment. So the center of Stolpen is where we're standing, and the town is all around it. Well, it's on three sides of the castle is Stolpen.
Right. And we walked down there the other day around the base of the castle. Wayne is quite the tour guide.
Thanks. But here, yeah, you can see now a lot of the agricultural fields, and that off to the left, that shiny object, that is an apple plantation where they use. I think you've already mentioned it in your letters, but that's the awning that they have put over the apples to protect them.
Amazing, it's so large. Okay, well, it's a beautiful day to experience this castle and Stolpen.